I would definitely hand my phone to somebody that I trust, but
Yeah.
not anymore. I don't know.
Absolutely. Don Gotcha, what's up, man? Great to see you, man. It's been a while. Oh, absolutely. And I know what you mean, Token. You know, it's
People
one of
are
those
just
things. Yeah, and
backstabbing,
that's
having ass
and
bitches
and
now.
Oh
and
yeah,
outside
that's for
outside
sure.
influences are huge, you know, and that stems from just like, you know, us pretty much, and then it can happen to anybody. You know, one of the things I've always said is you can't really help who you fall for, and you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. What you need to do though, like if you are in a relationship that you do care enough about that you want to marry this person, and when you are married, I think that a lot of people take marriage as a paper ring. I think nowadays, I think that people use children as an excuse to get married. Not, I don't mean it in a bad way. I think that they get married because of the children. That's not a reason to be together.
Nope.
If you have
Yeah.
a child together and you don't get along,
Maybe
don't
back
stay
in the
together.
50s, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
can't
Well,
even work
see,
a
society
relationship
would
out
say
and you
that
have a
is true.
children, you got to find a way to work it out, or you can do it civilly instead of like just
Yeah.
spiteful.
Yeah.
It doesn't help
Yeah.
anybody.
But
No,
back
it
in
doesn't.
like the 50s, that was I wouldn't say a scapegoat, but I would say that was expected of, you know, somebody that got someone knocked up or whatever.
Right.
It was expected. You just kind of man up and do it.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, we're in 2019. It ain't the 50s anymore.
Exactly.
It's not.
Well, the problem is relationships. Like I've gone to more core values because there's no values in life, and I'm not a Bible thumper or anything. So
Yeah.
you know, I've gotten to the age where it's kind of sad. Well, it's sad to see the state of relationships in general, people. You know,
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh yeah.
I kind of miss the old days of man and wife and conservative values. So if people have it, I'll defend them on that. Period.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, like for me, it doesn't work. I haven't found that person yet, or at least you know
Yeah.
at the time I didn't. It just where my life is now. I don't. Maybe someday if I don't
Yeah.
care one way or another. It'd be
One day it's
great.
fine, yeah,
But-
I understand.
Yeah, it's nobody has values anymore, and that's where you get these trolls. Like you got the online and internet things we didn't have when we were kids. I mean, I used to ride my
Yeah.
bike every day to go play street hockey, be exhausted, ride 2 miles home on my bike. You don't do that anymore. Everybody's got
Amen to that.
and nothing against. I love the internet. Like it allows me a Devo to hang out, and the fact that he's in Canada, I'm in Missouri, I can hang out with him, which is awesome. So there's a lot of pros and cons. There's always something good with the bad.
Yeah.
Amen to
That's
that.
it. Absolutely, absolutely true. That's a good point. And Teddy Bear wants to know why Token's being so mean. Well, Token, why are you being mean to Teddy Bear?
I'm not. You should look at my Discord. I have talked to Teddy pretty much all day.
Oh.
I don't know why she's being a ding dong, but
No, Teddy Bear, he's not being mean. He doesn't mean it. If he is, I'll kick him out of the panel. No, I won't do it. You know, and I
Mama
wanna
knows I'm not a ding dong to Teddy.
No, I don't bring ding dongs in here. Unless it's like one of these. Thank you, BG. You came back. Yes, you had time.
Welcome back,
But yes,
BG.
one of the things that I've heard more and more here is like marriage is a bop to play. Why get married? You know, we're doing well together. Sometimes people say that just getting married is
People
what drives
change,
people apart
too.
nowadays.
How I am in
Yeah,
my
people
30s
do
is
change.
totally different than I am in my 40s. How I was in my 20s is a lot different than how I was in my 30s, somewhat.
Absolutely, I agree, and that's why I think, you know, my aunt Andrea, God bless her heart, she's still alive, kicking in her 70s, in her high 70s, and she didn't get married until she was 56 years old. She was a virgin until 56. Now that doesn't happen anymore, but she didn't get married till 56, and she said, I am so glad, Michael, that I waited. I see all the divorce and the numbers just rack up, and people getting married. I think that people get married too soon. I think and if a child is involved, you got to do what you got to do. But I think that people get trapped into that because you know why? Because people fall in love. And nobody wants to, let's be honest, nobody wants to wear a condom. But I'm just saying, they don't. Why would you, like, nobody wants to, but we do. And,
I agree.
You know, but
No glove, no love.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Hey.
You know a couple, let's see what Peachy's got to say about all this. I just noticed Peachy's coming here. I know a couple who's been together 26 years. And they never married and refuse to get married because they're afraid it will change everything. And they, you know, that's, yeah. Like,
That's my neighbors.
As long as you two can make it work. Make it work. You don't need to, you won't ever need to worry about a breakup because, you know, in that relationship, because you guys are strong. And you know, the biggest thing I think that, two things I can say, there's just three things. Obviously love, respect, and communication are three massive things. If you really can, if you can, you know, like I learned a big lesson from my parents. You know, I used to, it's funny, when I was growing up in my teens, like 12, 13, 14, whatever, you know, I used to be up at all hours of the night, like a lot of us, you know, just doing whatever, and messing around. And I remember my, you know, in just casual talk, my mom saying, just picking up on it over the years, my mom really liking Robert Redford, an old actor, and she was just infatuated with him. And my dad knew about it, whatever. He never said none of that. And then, you know, late at night, like 1:30 in the morning, I'd hear this, my dad's was deaf, and so I'd hear this noise upstairs. I'd wake up, what the hell is that going on here? And I go up and hear he's watching softcore porn on Cinemax. Like volume 90, and my mother's in there.
Yes.
My mother was in there watching Murder, She Wrote, and she clearly heard it at 11, even at 11 when I wasn't when I wasn't woken up by it. And I'm just like, I know she hears it, and she's just like, and that taught me something. It taught me something that you need to like kind of deal. If you want to make it work, you need to be able to deal with stupid little shit like that. As long as it's not this like obsession type of thing, you know what I mean? Excessive use of pornography and stuff, and like if he or she is using pornography more than you, that's a problem. I think. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's just my opinion on that. But, I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, everybody's got to get their own.
See, my parents are still married, which is crazy because my parents are the most fucked up people you ever meet in your life. Like, they're still married, but they're the most miserable fucking people ever. And it's not us each other. They're just individually the most miserable people. They're the perfect couple. They really are. Like, I hadn't talked to my parents in years. I finally talked to them.
Really?
And, oh my God, it was like, I'm so glad I don't deal with them. I love them because they're my parents. I love them because of my parents. And I want to know they're okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have much to do with them. I have